Hello. Today we're going to talk about Tier 3 branding from GFWC International, which means that you can add your club name to the GFWC International logo. Before I share with you the letter that was sent to the district and club presidents, which you can have access to through them, or you can ask me personally through the webmaster, gfwcmi@gmail.com. I am going to show you where you can find the international video. It is shorter than the one that we're creating right now. I am sure it's full of great information, and I want you to be able to see how to find that video. So you're going to start by going to the GFWC Advancements and Programs Forum. If you have not joined this group yet, you need to. There's some great information in this group. So when you go to the GFWC Advancements and Programs Forum, the video that I'm talking about is not pinned anywhere. You'll need to find it in the feed. I will tell you that it is by Becky Cotton Bolden, and you can see her name right here. She does a lot of the videos this term, this administration. We're looking for the one on September 16th, and they're not totally chronological. So for example, we're going to see in just a second. Here's one from October 10, October 2. This is good. But then we have October 9 that followed October 2. So they're not totally chronologically. But you're going to go down and you're going to keep looking until you find one that is September 16th. And it's this one right here, September 16th, Becky Cotton Bolden. And it's Have You Heard That Tier 3 of the GFWC rebranded emblem is available. This video is from International. You can certainly watch that one. Now, the letter that I sent out to the club presidents and district presidents as the webmaster is this one right here. And it just takes the international letter that was sent out. And it wasn't a letter that was sent out, I apologize. The information that was sent out via international. And I've just shortened it a little bit and changed a little bit of the wording. It was very well done. It was just a little bit longer than I wanted to share. So you'll notice that as we go down, they do say that when you use the rebranded emblem with your club's name, it creates a unifying look, which is absolutely true. We want our clubs to be associated with GFWC International. And in fact, you can see this is our newly branded logo up here. And I say newly, it was about a year ago when it came out. And they have offered, International has created logos with our states and our regions. And we have been using the GFWC Michigan logo. We've also occasionally used the Great Lakes region logo. We actually used it last year when we hosted. But they've now created an option for us to add individual club names. So it does require a Canva account. The Canva account is free, can be free. I have a pro version because I use Canva all the time, but you can certainly sign up for a free Canva account. If you do not have a Canva account and you are going to be the one that's going to be adding club names to the international logo, I would strongly recommend that you set the Canva account up first. When we click on this link, it will open into Canva. And so having that set up ahead of time will just save you a little bit of time. Once you get there, you're going to find some information that I'll show you. You'll have the option to share. And the other information here for how to find the video is there. It gives you a little bit more information. Honestly, if you've worked in Canva at all, if you go to this link, it will be pretty clear what you need to do. When I click on this link, it will open a new window. I will need to stop this share and open that window because my computer does not follow me from one to the other. You'll notice also that on this link here, it's https:// There's no www. bit.ly/C custom, C club, L logo. And as I said in Chrome, which is what I'm currently defaulting to, it will actually go ahead and open that new link. I'm going to click that. You're not going to see the new link. So we're going to, in a moment, I'm going to stop the share and I'm going to reshare because I want you to be able to see the screen. So here we go. So this is what you're going to see when you click on that link. a template was created, it was shared with you. You can start designing now. And you need to go in and view template, this purple bar at the bottom. Click on that. Your template is ready, open in the editor. I believe you can now see this, but I'm going to stop the share again and share one more time just to be sure that we are all on the same page. All right, so customize with your GFWC club. This is the opening slide for all the slides you see at the bottom. We're going to talk through this very quickly, actually. The second page gives you some guidelines, such as please don't change the font size or the type. Do not capitalize each word, or do not capitalize all the letters in your club name unless your club charter is written that way. So just capitalize the first letter of the ones that would be capitalized. So I'm going to use Brooklyn Heart of the Lakes today, and of the would not be capitalized unless they have it that way in their charter. I did not check with them, just so you know. So if you're Brooklyn Heart of the Lakes and you're watching this, if of and the are supposed to be capitalized, I apologize. So if your club name is longer than 30 characters, you're going to have to use 2 lines. Do not ever go to 3, just use the 2 lines. We're going to pick one where that will have to happen so you can see what it looks like and what you can do with it. And then do not use GFWC in front of your name because it's already there in the logo. So let's take a look at your choices. You're also not going to change the colors, by the way. These colors stay the way they are. So you have lots of options. You have rectangular and square options. So whichever way you like, that works. And I say it's horizontal and vertical is what they say. I say rectangular and square. So you see the basic colored on a white background, and you'll see where it says insert club name, and we're going to do that in a moment. There's a black and white of the same thing. There's a black and white that's inverted the other way around. Now we have some of the square, and so the basic color on white, black and white inverted, and then we also have navy. So there's the navy square and the navy rectangular. So we're going to go ahead and do the basic one to start with. You can do them all. We're only going to do 2 or 3. I'm not going to do all of them because 2 or 3 will show you what you need. The purple outline here tells you that's something that you can edit. So click twice in it till you get the blinking cursor. On my computer, because I have an Apple, the delete button goes backwards. Yours might be a backspace. Either way, get rid of that text, put in your club name. And when you're doing the rectangular, your name should not be too long to need a second line. If it does, but it should not be. So that's one, and it's done. If I only wanted to do one, we would be all set now, but we're going to go ahead and do a square one as well. So I'm not going to do this one, and I'm just using my arrow keys to go through. You can also click on them. I would like to show you the navy, and then we're going to do the black and white, and there's a reason for that. So do the navy first, and again, that purple outline tells you it can be edited. Blinking cursor, delete or backspace, put in your name. This one took the whole name, and it's now done, but I want to show you the black and white one just so that you can see they are different. And again, you see the purple outline, double click so you can edit, backspace through and delete. This one will default to the second line because it's too long for the text box. That's okay. There's a reason I wanted to show you this black one, because you do have options here. If you don't like how this looks with lakes all by itself on the line, you don't have to leave it that way. So you can go back into the purple box, and I personally like this look. Just me personally, it doesn't have to be you. You're not going to go to 3 lines. Keep it at 2. So Brooklyn Heart of the Lakes on the second line. It is up to you entirely how you separate your name if you need to. So now we've done 3 different ones. You can do them all. I've done them all for a club that I'm a part of. It's fine. You don't have to though. So we're going to stop at 3. Now we're going to come up to the white share button here at the top on the right, and you have to pick some things here. I do not recommend copying a link. I do not recommend at all a public view link. Print with Canva, I guess if you need to just print your logo, you could. I don't see a reason why you just print your logo, but I don't know all of the reasons. I don't recommend any of the rest of them except for download personally at this point with your logo, because your logo is usually done with something else. So I'm going to pick download, and then I again have more options. The file type. So JPEG and PNG are pictures. The first two, JPEG and a PNG, are both pictures. If you're going to insert this into text, into a t-shirt potentially, it kind of depends. So if you're inserting it into your own text, a picture gives you the easiest workaround. If you're sending it to a printer and the printer wants PDF, you can do a PDF standard or best for printing, a print. I would recommend this if you're going to send it directly to a printer. But if you're doing it for your own purposes, just go ahead and do a JPEG or a PNG, and I'm going to pick the JPEG just because I don't have to have done it both ways. Don't change the size, don't change the quality, don't limit the file size. You don't need any of these things to change at all. Here's what we need to change. Select the pages. We've only chosen 3 to edit. So I'm going to go through and I can either hit this one where it takes all of them away, and I can just click the ones we've done, which is 3, 8, and 9. Or if we go ahead and do all, I can now unselect and click the ones we're not choosing to do. It is entirely up to you. You're going to wind up with the same ending point, which is 3, 8, and 9. When you do this, you can go ahead and you hit done, and it'll still tell you that it's there, and then you hit download. In Canva, sorry, not in Canva, in Chrome, in the extension, the browser that I'm using, the downloads come up here. You need to know where your downloads go before you download it, because different browsers put them in different places. Your choices when setting up the browser puts downloads in different places. So please know where your downloads go. I'm not going to open mine up because it would require us to get out and get back in and all of that again. What I'm going to tell you is that you're going to want to rename this when you get the file downloaded and you go to the file itself. You can rename it, and I would rename it with whatever your club name is. So for this particular one, instead of saying copy of GFWC logo club customization 3.zip, I would say Brooklyn Heart of the Lakes logo, because it would be easy for me to find and I would know what it was named. I highly recommend naming things so that you can find them again. That's very important. And so I would go and rename it. This was relatively simple, requires a free Canva account, and that's basically it. The letter that I sent out to the president and club presidents, you should be able to get from your club president or your district president. If for some reason things fall through the cracks, because interesting things happen. Emails don't show up. Emails go to junk and get deleted accidentally. Things happen. You can email webmastergfwcmi@gmail.com, and I will send you a copy of the letter, which will include the link. You now know how to find the international video on Facebook, and we've walked through how to design the logo here. So hopefully this information is helpful for you. But as I said before, if you need to reach out, webmastergfwcmi@gmail.com. I try to check the email every day, usually not more than once a day. If you need me to get to it that day, you can either send an email to my personal information or a text to my phone number, and that information is in the yearbook.